Hello and welcome to another live stream. How are you all doing tonight on King's Night here in the Netherlands? I assume you are all, well, all the Dutchies anyway, are going out, are going to be wild. Because that totally fits in the life of a roller coaster tycoon nerd. How you doing? Welcome to the stream, Mr. Twaddleford, Mr. Vedros, Unagi Express, Duck Allen, Mads Mellow, Swine with your massive ass, Mindswept, and everyone else. I ate a stroop waffle in your honor. I'm not the king. I'm not being celebrated tomorrow. King's Night is for gaming, right? Yes, totally. No, but tomorrow's King's Day and the day before King's Night when people tend to party. Which I'm not, it's not really my thing. I'm going to bet that for most of you, that's also not really your thing. Hey, thank you for the 58 months line. For a second I thought you were saying the king was going to turn 58 tomorrow. He might just, hang on. How old is he? 1967. Oh, he's going to he is 15, he's going to turn 59 tomorrow. That's pretty close. That's pretty damn close, actually. Not this year, you're not going out this year, but hopefully next year. Why not this year? Just couldn't be bothered, couldn't find a good party. Finally got the stream. Welcome, elusive Ellie. Not so elusive anymore now, are you? Now once you're here. Maybe I was elusive for you. I'm glad for the extra day off tomorrow. Yeah, I imagine you are, Darksy. I don't have the day off tomorrow. I will have to work. It looks duck-spectacular. It does, doesn't it? Oh, that reminds me, there will be no stream on Wednesday. Because I'll be on holiday. I have no idea what the age of Willem is. Well, I just looked it up, 59. He's going to turn 59. He is currently, yeah, he's currently 58. He's going to turn 59. Hang on. Where is our Carriglow Heights? Right, that was there. There we go. Good old massive Carriglow Heights. Absolutely massive. It's madness. Look at this. Just before I forget. Part 5. I still have a wound in my back, still recovering from that. Won't be able to handle a fun night out, unfortunately. Oh, that's the reason. It sucks how long that stays with you. Like how long it takes to physically recover from that. Right, goal is 2 million park value. Pay back the loan of 2 million. We're well on our way with loaning the payback. And the park value we're also good on our way, so we're gonna complete it today. We're just gonna build a bunch of big rides and stuff, and that'll do fine. Also, I had to drink some water. That was during the stream intro, so here's for you, Mindswept. Yeah. Nice, eh? We just acquired the hybrid coaster. Yeah, we can do something with that. You know, Thursday's video about maps is doing impressively well. And another interesting thing about it, there are quite a few people said since maps will make people go all over the park and perhaps walk a long way, maybe it's better to not sell maps. And that's a good question. Now, there's still another video I need to make first, which is how do guests decide where to go. And once we've had that video, we can do another video where we're like, are maps actually useful? Will they actually, well, they're useful, but will they actually help you? Because as useful as they are, maybe they're just of much of a hindrance in other areas, that they're not actually helpful to you if you combine everything together. But who knows? That's something that we will have to test out. Taking a bit longer to heal than expecting, but it's still healing the right way, so I just have to be patient. Well, that's good. Just found out I have a tumor in my spine. Well, that's not good. But considering you're relatively calm about it, I assume it's gonna be alright. I thought I still wanted to make an NSM coaster. Have I still not done that? Have I gotten so distracted last live stream that I still haven't? No, I did. I did. Here's my little zoom coaster. Ooh, a 45 stream from Major Geeks. Good one. It's doing pretty well. We've already made more than 30k since we opened the park this stream. There we go, that's the hybrid coaster. I'm going to just continue filling up this flap bit. One thing I like about the hybrid is that we got really steep chain lifts. Hey, thank you for the gift of subs, Mr. or Mrs. Anonymous Gifter. Don't know for sure, they fully diagnose after surgery, so we'll see if it's cancerous then. Well, I hope not. That would be nice. Me too, not gonna lie. As if... It's funny, we're talking about this as if some people would hope that it's cancerous. Discovered your YouTube videos recently and really liked how in-depth you go into the game. Was curious, what are your thoughts on similar games like Parkitect? Well, if you like how in-depth I go, the next video, hopefully out Thursday, but if I don't manage to finish it before I go on holiday, then it'll be out Saturday probably. It'll be 23-24 minutes about why and how guests sometimes stop to watch your eyes for a bit. Like these two. Well, that one now currently. Yeah, he's gone. Now that one. Why they do that? I can talk about that for more than 23 minutes. Say your prayers, guest 67. I'm pretty sure 67 is no more. Yeah, no, we started in the 3000s and we kind of, not until the 5000s that a lot are still available. But the Parkitect and such, I don't have a very nuanced opinion on Parkitect because I just have not played it enough for that. I have played it a bit and it just didn't find it as much enjoyable as RCT2. Same goes for Planet Coaster. $49.66. Alright. They're about to die. With tomorrow being a holiday, I kind of forgot you were streaming today. Because you're used to having to go to work after I stream, but the day after. Okay, does it make... Yes, of course it makes it. It's a massive... Easily. This is starting to look like a pretty cool coaster, if I say so myself. I would go in that coaster if it was real. That's a compliment, thank you. I'll do one more zero growl. And then a small helix into a big turn. Photos, brakes, that'll be fine. What's your nausea preference? Immense. Just 13 and higher, that's it. And then a quick helix, which is realistically taken a bit on the quick side, but it's alright. The support color of this ride are such a massive dominating feature. Somehow it seems even more dominating than on the wooden coaster. Oops. .45 excitement, 8.89 intensité, and 4.19 nausea. It's pretty good. 4 inversions, 45 drop height. I should really learn how to build my own custom coasters. I see you do it and it impresses me how you're able to get good stats without much effort all through your experience within the game. Yeah, I would say that's a key takeaway is, you know, people sometimes do say, how do you build coasters so easily? And I'm like, well, I haven't always been able to do that. I'm not like a natural gifted coaster builder or whatever. I've just been doing it for a long time. And I mean a long time. Like, there are many people who have played this game for 25 years, as I have. But there are not many people who have played this game a decade, in the past decade, how much I have played it. You know, for the past 5.5 years I've been live streaming. Most of those live streams have been playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. That means that probably on average, like 4 hours a week, I've been just building parks for 5.5 years straight. And other people who have played a lot as well, or maybe even more than me, tend to also be good at it. Because they've done it a lot too. Name the hybrid the Duck Temple. Okay. Currently, there are more than 500 guests heading for the Duck Temple. Pink trees. Yeah, I can add some pink trees. They do fit well within the pagoda theme. Of course, because pink trees remind us of the Japanese pink cherry blossom trees. And the Japanese, you know, pagodas. Are they Japanese? They're Oriental anyway. Which for a lot of us is the same. If it's Chinese, Japanese, a lot of us treat a lot of those them the same. Even if they're not, it still often feels similar. Because we're just uncultured. And now we have Hybrid Coaster 1, or rather Duck Temple. We seem to have hit our guest ceiling though. We've not hit 13,000 guests yet. We are ever so slightly increasing. And I think the problem is that the park is just kind of full. This one's broke, you didn't get to a cash machine in time. This one's broke. That one's broke. That one... Hang on. I think he was not happy enough and then on the way out got entertained. I think that's why he left. Because he's not broke, has gone on rides. He is broke. He is broke. I think I just need more cash machines, to be honest. How many do I have? Just 28. I'm gonna build some more cash machines. Because that's the reason a lot of people are leaving. I think especially lately in the back I've been kind of lacking not just cash machines but a lot of stalls. So it's time for some more. And yeah, sometimes I may build a cash machine very close to another, who cares? Only 28, well yeah, it doesn't seem to be enough. So I'm gonna say only 28. I do wonder if we do see a clear uptick in guest count after this. Well, that is a lot better. We have a lot more cash machine. How many do we? Like 40? 48. I built quite a few. Of course we do need the ads, otherwise we will start bleeding guests. You can see an entire stream of guests who were all heading for the Duck Temple, but then weren't able to enter the queue line because it was full. We might as well put... I was gonna say we might as well put a swing inverter ship here, but I believe that's the one thrill ride we do not get. If I remember correctly. All I see is boobs. Now this is what you want to see, Slime. Those are just your deepest dreams and desires. And I don't blame you. Okay, just to remind guests what's in it for them if they misbehave, we'll put some gallows here. Hey, we have paid back the loan. Now it's just making money and increasing the park value. And getting to 13,000 guests. It looks like we are going to get there. I do wonder, how much do they get used, the other cash machines? Have they already gotten a few customers? Well, yeah. Like, we started with 29. We're to 48. That's hundreds of customers already. That's hundreds of people already having used the cash machines. Now, some of course would have used a different cash machine, but some maybe would have gone home. Or would later go home. And you see it ticking up incredibly quickly. So yeah, that was a very good idea to place those. We do only have 9 toilets. I mean, more than 9 toilets, 9 toilet buildings. This one's doing quite hot. How many guests an hour do they do? This one does nearly 5,000. 9 toilets is really not much. How many toilets are there in an RST toilet building anyway? I assume like a few, maybe like 6. Something like that. But it's probably a good idea to build some more. Hang on, how many foot stalls do we have? We have 40 of these, but that includes a bunch of non-food stalls. I do think we have more than 9 of each, though. Well, let's see, 6 t-shirt stalls, 7, 8, 9, 12, 16, that leaves 24 food and drink stalls. Well, that's 12 each if I've done them evenly, which is not that much. Should probably build some more toilets. I mean, that one's very close to that one, so that's not going to be that useful. Some drinks here. It's a very popular place, so I imagine that these food and drink stalls are going to be quite popular as well. Well, so far we've sold nothing. This one's just sold, it's, well, 5 already actually. Damn. And how many has this one had already? 26. Oh, we just built it. 28, 29. We clearly need some food stalls here as well. How about a good old burger bar? And, of course, a good old drink stall. Whoa, the burger bar. People seem to be more hungry than thirsty. Which is interesting, right? But they look, thoughts need to pee nearly 300. Although more people think that they're thirsty than hungry. Yet the foodstuffs do better than the drink stuffs. That's weird. Because it's this thought, by the way, that causes them to go find a food or drink stall. It's the thought I'm hungry or I'm thirsty or I'm running out of cash or I need to pee that causes them, or I'm very sick, that causes them to search out one of those stalls, the relevant one. Now if they bump into the stall, they can still use it if their stats otherwise allow them to. But they will only specifically head for ones when they think that thought. Or rather, it's not that that thought causes that, it's just that the function that causes them to head for them is also the same function that inserts that thought. But damn, this burger place. This is also one of the cash machines that got a lot of new customers already. Yeah, 86, 75, two very close to each other. It's nearly 100. Well, it's more than 150 already. That's nearly 170. Sorry, that is currently 170. I played Dinky Park earlier today and the drink stall got researched super late, so when I placed one it shot up to 2k customers an hour. Yeah, stalls can do crazy things. I think I got one to 280,000 an hour once without cheats. With cheats even higher. Okay, let's see if we can put Handyman 2 to work. Just to water all those beautiful gardens for us. Well, we've passed 13,000 guests now, which is nice. And let's have a look at how many cash those cash machines I mean, that's got to be like 1,000 customers already on those new cash machines. That's 50,000 bucks. Not all spent yet, of course, but still. That's a lot of money. What's the oldest ride? Oh, only 3 years. Well, no, 2 years, because these bottom 4 don't count. They can't be renewed. So I assume they're all fine? Oh no, a couple are too expensive. Looping is just on the very expensive side. So is Purgatory. It's a go-kart, we don't need to make a lot of money off it, because you can't. That go-kart's just stuck. Let's see, is this now good enough again? I made it 11. It's not too intense. Actually, it's rather unintense for a free fall. 9 then? Okay, that one works. Yeah, that one works. That one works too. So does that one and that one. Oh, Ferris wheel 12. You're gonna get cheaper as well. Okay, that's all solved. Let's build a path around this one. Let's use a path I never use. I really quite like these tiled paths. There are 4 variants of them. But on the same hand, on the other hand, they're kind of busy. That doesn't always work too well, especially in videos. Sometimes I try to use one of these tiled paths and then I swap to another one anyway, because the shot just looks too busy. Oh, hi, look at that. I was already using tiled paths over there. Gonna make this very long queue line by using unlimited rides per mission and only 1 people on the slide at a time. That's not gonna be a high throughput. You know what, we'll put the other film on this one. That's one of those things that nobody ever does. We just got a reverser roller coaster. Time to build one. Hang on, do we already have... Have I built a side friction coaster? I don't think I have. Have I? No, then I will build a side friction coaster first because I like it better. Good evening, Raxer. Welkom. How high does this thing go? Oh. We can just make the side friction coaster to a big... two steep pieces drop. How's that? Is this the coaster that can fly off the track? Yes, sir. Or lady. So I'm playing with fire. Hey, welcome, Todovsky. More probably like Todovsky, but I like Todovsky. Welcome, Todovsky. How you doing? And welcome to your 2 others. The party. Todovsky sounds a bit Russian. Like a renowned Russian pianist or something. Hey look, I didn't crash so far. What were you playing? I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to build a side friction coaster, but as long as it doesn't crash, looks good to me. Sprint endgame mode on Shogi Wars. It's like puzzles with an opponent, but sometimes the puzzles are extremely difficult. Ah, yeah, I've never heard of that, but sounds interesting. Hope you had fun. Now, the dangerous thing about this ride is that there's a decent chance that with guests it will crash. Which is dangerous, but also exciting, exhilarating, and everything else. So we'll see. It really depends on what kind of speed it's going at the top of hills. Yeah, because this 35-ish is not dangerous at all. The difference between no guests and yes guests is very small. Same there, that's not that's not dangerous. Neither is that one, we're going slow enough. So yeah, I think I may have done well. Depends on the end. The hills at the end are a bit lower. Okay, that one's fine. Yeah, that last one's the gamble. And it's especially gambly because it's at the end where the difference between no guests and yes guests has had a lot of time to get as big as possible. So I do wonder how well we can do. Can we crash it? Can we kill people? It would be fun, wouldn't it? I think people will die. But that's a risk I'm willing to take. I heard that a friend played this game would launch rides into adjacent parks to decrease their ratings and buy them cheaper. Yeah, that's complete bullshit. Like, nothing even close to that exists in the game. Your friend didn't play this game and do that. He just read it online, because someone made it up at some point, posted it online like 10 years ago or something. He just played it, he just read it online and thought it would be fun to tell you. And see if you would believe it. Because it's not true. There's nothing like that exists. There's no rival parks. You can't buy rival parks. Such a mechanic just doesn't exist. Now, if there were rival parks, then I would totally believe that there is some kind of coding glitch that if people die on their land, it subtracts from their park rating. That bit, I mean, that's wrong, but a bug like that is not unbelievable. Well, that was quick. Are we gonna get more people dead? Well, let's actually prevent that this time. Heavy guest. I don't think that was just heavy guests. I think that was just guests. It actually sounds like a mix between Transport Tycoon, which has rival companies, and RCT. Maybe. There was also SimCity 3000, which had every city you had there had 4 neighboring cities where you could trade with. So maybe something from there as well. But you can't actually interact with them. Those cities don't actually exist in SimCity 3000. Like, if you open up the trade window, you can trade with them, sell them, but you can't view them. It's not like the game is actually simulating a city. They just exist for you to trade with them and stuff. Okay, so that final hill is the problem. So we'll just make it taller. Ah, that'll be fine. Why are there so many damn myths about this game? There's myths about any game but from back in the day. Probably also about modern games, but I don't know as much about that. But you know, Mew under the truck in Pokemon, that was a myth. I think those cities do exist in SimCity 4. Well, kind of, but they're your own. SimCity 4, you have a massive region with different plots in it, and you can just build your own cities on all of those plots. You can still interact with them, you can still trade, but they're your cities. Although one interesting thing about that is, because SimCity, right? God, I want to play SimCity again. SimCity 4, you have 3 main things that need to be. You have people who want to live in your city, people that need to work in your city, of course, and then you need industry. Because industry supplies commerce. People need commerce. People need to work, which they can do in industry and commerce. And of course, commerce needs people. So it's all a balance between the 3, and you also need to get your trash somewhere, you need to get power somewhere, but for example, you can build one city on only people. If all of the surrounding places have commerce and industry, they can actually go to work in those cities, and those cities can then be sustained on little or no residential zoning. So it actually can work like a proper region, and yes, Mike and Thrope, I would often have one trash city where I would generate all my unclean energy and dump a lot of trash, massive landfill. And that one would be terrible, of course, but then the other ones could be cleaner. Put some food stalls and stuff here. Soybean milk. Who the hell wants soybean milk in a theme park? Well, apparently already 2 people. 3. Okay, so how are these ones? See, here it was very crowded. This one's got 273 users. That one, also 273. This one, 805. And that one, 563. Man, these are popular. Hang on, what if I just build... If I remove you... Because there's a cash machine there anyway. If I build, like, a hat stall... And then... Let's just make it clear that... Yeah, let's make them very bright lime green. And we're gonna sell them for $4. How many is it gonna sell? That's 1. Not paying that much. Maybe people are not quite happy enough. How about $3.50? What is the maximum price for a hat? Maximum price for a hat is $2.40 if it's cold. It's currently warm, which earns more. So yeah, $3.50 is not very much of a stretch. Sold 7 hats so far. I would have hoped for more. 9. Well, I mean, that's still going relatively fast, I think. Watch it, Marcel. You're about to insult the clearly existent soybean milk at amusement park fandom. Yes, obviously. If you're going to generate electricity and dispose of rubbish in the same city, why not use waste to energy incinerators instead of landfill? Because I might not have unlocked those yet. Do you have that unlocked from the start? I don't know. Look, I was not the best at the game anyway. I was alright, you know. I think my biggest city ever is about 660,000 people. Which is nothing to scoff at, but people have also done mucho better. Why would you drink any form of milk at an amusement park? Well, why wouldn't you? Like, give me a good reason to not drink milk at an amusement park. Soy milk, on the other hand, is bad because it's soy milk. I drink a milkshake or a tea with milk in it at an amusement park. But why not milk? Do you just not like milk, which is fair? I had a glass of milk with lunch today. No, I didn't. I had a glass of milk with dinner today. I have milk with lunch every day. I do most days as well. Milk is good. Plain milk is something you drink at home. But why? Why specifically at home? Why not at an amusement park? Like, if you're going to have lunch at an amusement park and you have, like, hamburger and fries, that actually goes quite well with milk. As a kid, whenever we had fries, I'd always have milk. I think milk in public is asking for the pukes, especially at a bar. What? I don't follow. Why would milk make you puke? Hang on, do I already have... I feel like I've already placed down garden golf, but... well, it's easy to check. Yes, I have. Okay, I don't need a second garden golf. Yeah, it's there. How about jelly? Yeah, oh, I like this scene. This is really good scenery. That'll probably be due to the fat content. Fats are a bit harder to digest than other nutrients. Oh yeah, because other theme park foods don't have fat. Like burgers and... I mean, I don't know if that's the same kind of digestible than milk. I don't know anything about nutrition, but just saying fat content at an amusement park makes me giggle a bit. I guess because of elevated salmonella risk, at least in the warmer months. They have fridges, right? Then again, I don't know much about food, so who knows? I could be wrong. Then again, I'm not sure if I have ever ordered milk at a restaurant, so I'm also responsible for the milk isn't at home thing. But it's still weird that it is. I've always heard to never have dairy when your stomach hurts, but I've really never questioned why. But maybe that's why not to have milk on a roller coaster may make your stomach jump around? Well, I've never heard that. In fact, when I'm sick, which can sometimes be stomach hurting, as a kid I used to often have warm milk with honey. I mean, it's mostly good for your throat, but in general, that I associate that with being sick, having it more often then. Okay, how about another go-karts? I'm a bigger fan of chocolate milk than regular. Oh yeah, I have chocolate milk in restaurants very, very often. Because I don't like coffee, I don't like tea. So either at lunch or just having a drink or maybe after dinner. A lot of people have like coffee or tea and I'm like, well, I don't want either of them, but I would like something hot. And then chocolate milk's great. Oh, interesting. I've definitely had warm milk and honey for a sore throat, but never tummy issues. I've just I generally associate that with being sick in general, you know, and just not feeling well. Not specifically to treat any kind of tummy issues. I mean, throat, yes, but also in general, just when you're not feeling well. That's what I associate it with. Then again, my memory could be wrong. Who knows? I do love that with the go-karts you can be like la-di-da-di-da-di-da. Go from the largest to the smallest possible turn. Boat high I can do it too, but in the go-karts it's more satisfying. Look at them all watching at this ride being under construction. Oh, that is satisfying, isn't it? Hang on, can we go even closer? No, that's not closer. I think that might be the closest you can get. Oh, if you put these next to each other, they'll touch, but in turns. Right. There's our go-karts. Best water rides in the country. You know it, baby. What are the start requirements for go-karts? I believe it's just not being 75% underground. Let me look it up. Start requirements, go-karts. Yes, less than 75% underground, that's all. By the way, I have this massive document, which I'm expanding currently, that has a lot of info. Like, on this sheet, there's, for all the possible ride types in the game, there's their ID, how many guests they attract, their stat values, which are used for the ride value calculation, whether they're interesting or slightly interesting or not interesting. I've got all the stat requirements here, which is where I just looked that up. I've got a whole thing with breakdowns, with percentages, all the pre-built data for that one video about pre-builds, which is so much. I did this all manually. I mean, yeah, with all, you know, the things like the guests an hour and max price, I had to test it all manually. Yeah, I can sort them on excitement and stuff, sort them on everything. My own ride price calculator, which it's not that useful, but sometimes it's useful because there are easier ones available. I mean, it works. The shop values, this is where I just looked up the value of a hat. I just have this on my other screen, so I can look up anything. These are the ones that they buy in the rain. This is how much you can overcharge. These graphs I originally made for videos. You know, and this is the overcharging amount. I don't know why these are apart, why there's a gap in between them. Bin values, how much, this is also made for a video. How big is the chance they are full when there's a certain amount of items in it. And I actually used this to look up the 50% chance for my bad luck video where I mentioned this. Temperatures, yeah, these screenshots I made for the video, of course, but I sometimes still share them on occasion. It really, everything, you know, this one says on Fahrenheit, it just says everything about temperature you need to know. Ride satisfaction, which is a thing you'll learn more about in the future. And the boat hire boats. I also got one for a video and I just I keep these around because they're useful. And it's where I get easy access to a lot of the data. Does the temperature value ever do anything? Well, you should watch my video about weather. If you want to know every single detail. It's nearly half an hour long. It's not all about temperature. Most is about the rain and how the weather works. But guests... Well, actually, I'll show you this again. See these three values, cold, medium and hot price? Yeah, different temperatures, they want to pay different stuffs. Cold is 11 or less, hot is 21 or more, and medium is 12 to 20, in between. And then there's also, if it's too cold, there are a few they won't buy, like I think sunglasses, ice cream, maybe more, I'm not sure. And if it's above 21 degrees, so if it's hot, then their drink stat, how thirsty they are, will increase quicker. Did you ever create a spreadsheet to calculate the park salt gas cap based on its rides and stalls regular and harder? That was easy. I have a plugin for that. No, but I could easily do that because I have those salt gas cap values in a list. Nearly 7 excitement on the go-karts. No. Nice. Do you even love a game if you don't make spreadsheets for it? Oh, I make spreadsheets for everything. Not everyone does, but I make so many spreadsheets. We're gonna get this baby to over 7 excitement. It is kind of funny how quickly I often default to I can make a spreadsheet out of this to make it easier, to make it you just have a better overview of the data. And it works. But I so often do that. Because it works, obviously. Just joined. Did you speedrun a custom scenario in the title in an hour? No, this is it. I could maybe already win if I renewed all the rides, but I don't want to do that yet. I want to do it at the end of the stream. Okay, so we got Pride wheels. How about trans slides, baby? We only need 5 of those. Now remind me, because I always forget. Does the pink or the blue go on the outside? I can't remember. Looking at that emoji, the blue. Thank you, Slime. What I find funny, interesting, is that the default colors already are in the trans flag pattern. You know, with the middle, then the 2 on the outside of that, and then the 2 on the outside of that being the same. The colors are not right. But it's funny. God, the white spiral plate one sounds so ugly. Are there any plans to do the next Marketplace RCT soon? Not concrete plans, no. I don't enjoy doing them that much, and they don't get viewed very well. Even though it's my most requested series. They get viewed rather poorly. They are quick to make though, so they could come in handy at some point. Aren't streams effectively Marcel plays? I mean, kind of, but the usually stream is very different from a video. The nice thing about Marcel plays is that I use the parks that I built as video material a lot. So they're immensely useful for that. Yeah, if you pay careful attention, then you'll see the Marcel plays parks turn up a lot in the videos. There is one Marcel Plays RCT video that did immensely well. That's the Evergreen Gardens one. But it also got kind of a title that makes sense. Because it's got a title, I Beat Evergreen Gardens with 10,000 guests. Which kind of splits the difference between a Marcel Plays RCT video and just a regular challenge video that I sometimes do. And I didn't do too much scenery in that. Actually, I don't think really any. I just built rides over and over and over again. That one's got like 400,000 views. Which is very well. I feel like zigzag paths would drive me insane IRL. The guests don't really mind because they can only walk in zigzaggy anyway. You know, this is supposed to represent a diagonal path, of course, where they would walk diagonally. Look at them watching the go-karts. Because it's exciting enough with 7.6 excitement. And otherwise it would probably still be interesting. Yeah, the go-kart is interesting. Oh, ha, ho, ha, ho. Do you guys remember, hang on, I'll get the code up. Do you guys remember that last time we looked at a bit of the code and we were very confused? It was some park, I think it World Park, probably. Yes. Here. This is the bit we were confused about, because we were looking at how the harder guest generation gets done, right? And there was this bit that does the harder guest generation. It basically says, if a ride needs to have stats, it needs to have that has track ride descriptor and that has data logging flag, those two flags. And it needs to be 600 meters long, and it needs to have 6 excitement. Then it counts for harder guest generation, right? That's what this bit of code says. Now we were very confused because we could not find these flags, the has track flag and the has data logging flags, on kind of any of the roller coasters, which clearly do work. So we didn't really know how that worked, and that's because, well, I found out something when working on the video that, let's see. Right. We go to data log. Right, that should. I think I might be in the wrong one. I swear I saw that here. Hang on, let me just search for it. Where do I need to be? I might have just been in the wrong... Ah, right, the data, that's the one. I was in the wrong thing. Basically... It's no coaster has it because it's assigned to every single roller coaster. All these flags that you see here are assigned to every single roller coaster. No matter what. Which includes the has data logging and has track, which are the two required. That's why they weren't there on any specific roller coaster. And there's also the interesting to look at flag, which is how I found this, because I was looking for it for the video about when the guests watch rides, and I saw this and I was like, oh, now the other thing makes sense too. That reminds me, I've been meaning to install the Ride Vehicle Editor plugin and test to see if transport rides can be Huguga eligible. Didn't we? I mean, we can very easily see that now that we properly know how this works. Because we're currently looking at has data logging. Rotor drop, log flume, noise freefall, monorail. Yeah, I mean, it has track, it has data logging, so... Has data logging, has track... Hang on, I remember testing it last time and it worked. We did have to do some cheating to get the excitement high enough. I'm not sure if it's possible without cheating to get the excitement high enough, but it worked. And yeah, you can see here, monorail has data logging, has track. So, that can totally work. If you use cheats to get the excitement high enough. Can you get 6 excitement on a transport ride? Probably, right? Well, maybe not. I don't know. I recall you showed that suspended monorail could be. Well, I just looked at the monorail and it can too. And honestly, has track, has data logging. Obviously they do. Data logging is like this kind of stuff, max speed and stuff. I assume. Has track, well, yeah they do. A tower ride doesn't count as a tracked ride. Well, look at this. Rotor drop. That has data logging and has track. So yeah, it can totally count. If you get a rotor drop that's more than 600 meters long, which is impossible, but then you could. Hang on, what is the longest launched freefall you can make? Let's just do a little test. Because the launch freefall bounces. I assume that means you can make it longer. A tower ride, yeah, high excitement observation towers. Yeah, but they're not long enough. You can't build on 300 meters high, which means you can't go 600 meters in length. This one bounces though, so if I just upward launch it quick enough. How high does this go? Yeah, no, the absolute tallest launched freefall is still only 173. I think it only counts once up and down, yeah, because it's like, goes like 80 meters, 90 meters, so it's only once up and down that it counts anyway. If I make this go all the way to the top, which your rotor drop will be the same, of course. Oh, I think the ads are gone. But the downward launch just bounces anyway, so... I'm not sure if it'll actually... Will it count the upwards bit? Probably, but we'll see. It's still going up. Hang on. It goes nearly 200. Oh, I guess it does bounce. A tiny bit. 354 meters. That's the absolute longest possible launched freefall you can make. Maybe your rotor would be like 1 or 2 meters longer because the vehicle is not quite as tall. But other than that, you can't make these 600 meters. A childhood story, Quit does stuff. Is there any particular topic you would like me to relate it to? Alright, see you guys line, have fun doing whatever you need to do. In one of my parks I got a miniature railway with an excitement rating of 5.27. I'd say it's within the realm of possibility. Well, let's give it a try, shall we? First though, I probably need to renew some old... Hang on. Customers an hour. Yeah, we got somewhere at 0. Quite a few actually. Should probably just reduce these prices because they're just flat right. They don't make much money anyway. We can't have our pride wheels go unridden. Purgatory is still too expensive. Isn't that the big massive one? Oh, it's just long. It was never too expensive. It's got 10 excitement. Yeah, there's people in the queue line. Okay, edging is a bit too expensive. Now we'll put it at 7. 690, that'll be fine probably. Yeah, there they come. It's not too expensive, that makes sense. Boat hire 1 is maybe not too expensive, but it's just stuck. Spiral slides. Why do they start at 150 anyway instead of 1 like the merry-go-round? Ferris wheel 5. Did I forget that one? No, it's just unpopular. Rides with multiple stations. Do all sections of the track have to be 600 meters long? Yes. No. Only the first one. But it has to be the first one. But I do believe that if you're doing like roller coaster minimum length, that they all get added together. There's a difference between them, and I think that's how it works. Hang on. Soft guest ride ticket price calculator. Oh yeah, it's in the third category. We can still charge 1940. It's ridiculous. And we have multiple go-karts, eh? Because if we didn't, we would be able to charge 25.80. It's going to be a pain for the train to get up. Why not the tunnel? Because if too much is underground, you'll get a penalty. Also, I want to interact with these rides because excitement bonuses, and that's what we're attempting here. Purgatory's still in the way. Not anymore, baby. And of course, all the scenery boni in the world with all those trees, although you maxed that out relatively quickly anyway. Yeah, too high for supports is going to be an annoying thing. We're gonna have to do a tunnel here. We do want some tunnels. Oh, actually not. We can just lower the land a bit. But we do want some tunnels, which we can always add later, but that will give extra excitement. Hello, Valder. Welcome. My miniature railway with 969655 etc. should still be long enough. Yes. Because the first one is 600. I believe that's how it works. I explained that in a video at some point. Now this one's definitely gonna get a lot more than 600 meters on the thing. Lol, poor old trains. Struggling to climb the hills. This is like the biggest drop. It's a 25-meter drop. That train is almost a roller coaster. Hell yeah, it is. Tuk 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 tuk. Oh, it needs to be even higher. There it comes. Well, that one's all squashed. All the cars are squashed together. Water bonus. Oh, good point. Yes, I should go over the water. Could always add that later, but why would I if there's water right there? Okay, need to be careful. Can't go everywhere. Need to follow the ridges. It's gonna be one of the longest trains I've ever built, because I don't build trains that often. So naturally I also don't build long trains that often. There's multiple different water boni, like there's one for directly above water, there's one for 1 tile above water, there's one for like 8+ tiles above water, and one for like 2 to 7. But those 2 taller ones are difficult because this thing doesn't have a very high support limit. Okay, let's see what we're up to. How many trains do we get? We get 10 trains. Well then. It's going to be the most exciting train of your life. Okay, how fast did it go? 43, that seems dangerously quick. With turns this tight. Hey, we have 14,000 guests. Adding those cash machines and food stalls and stuff did really help. Probably mainly the cash machines, because guests are no longer going home because they're broke. With 10 trains of, I think, yeah, 36 each, this does have quite a big capacity of 360 people. I think it's going to be the highest in the park. Splashboats can have much higher, but I don't think I have a very big splashboat in this park. The ICNG can go 200 kilometers an hour, but not in such tight turns now. Yeah, I think someone called physics is going to have a problem with that. If you ever try that. Like, in some way physics is going to have a problem with it. It's going to yeet the track out of the corner. Or it's going to kill people with lateral Gs. Like, somewhere physics is going to have a field day if you try that. Oh, we got 4.51 so far. That's pretty good. Let's see if we can raise this to 6. Just doing all the excitement tricks that I know. .77, well that didn't help much. You said you got 5? I assume that maybe interaction with other rides? I mean, synchronization will help. Surely. Hang on. Does it? No, we have it turned on. Shouldn't this update? Hang on. Does it not get anything from synchronizing? I need to put this in a spreadsheet at some point, but hang on, let's have a look. We go... Transport. Miniature railway. Nope. Synchronization is not in there. Monorail? Also not. So we get length, we got a lot of that. We got train length, we got that quite high. Maximum speed, average speed, duration, sheltered. Oh shit, that costs us excitement. I need to reduce the underground bit. That costs us excitement. It's a minus there. Proximity. That's like everything that's right, that's path, that's water, that's scenery, that's everything together. Or maybe not, because scenery is there. But proximity is a lot of stuff together. And then you got the requirement length and requirement unsheltered. Okay, so synchronizing doesn't do anything. I need to put it in the spreadsheet at some point, because that's going to be useful, and then I can do a massive video about how the stats are calculated. Because I need to get more insight in that. And then you can also calculate a mathematically optimal way. For example, you can have like... Because basically what you're doing when you're getting more excitement on a ride, if you want to max out the excitement, what you're doing is you're just spending intensity, right? You're spending intensity points on excitement. And if you have it all in a database, you can see for every ride type which kind of bonus gets you the most excitement per intensity point spent. If you look, let's get a more exciting one. Let's get the classic stand-up coaster. Yeah, why not? If you look here, for example, you get for drops for every 34,000, let's say 35,000, round it. Excitement, you get 47,000 intensity. So that's about 35-40% more intensity than excitement. It's worse with the turns. 26,000 versus 35,000, that's slightly worse, I think. But for example, max speed is 44,000 to 123,000. So max speed gives you a lot of intensity compared to excitement on the classic stand-up coaster. And I think it's just the exact same as the stand-up. But train length only gives you excitement. So does ride length. The reason they're like ride length at a very low number, train length at a very high number is because the ride length goes up to 6,000 meters. Train length only goes up to like 7. So if you have this all in a database, you can do a lot with this, and that's going to be fascinating. Yeah, assembly is not quite ones and zeros, but it's, as I know, it's like in between ones and zeros and modern programming languages like C++, which I just showed you. It's like kind of like one level down. And the most important thing is, if we just... Do I still have that open? Yeah. For example, here, if we look at this bit of code, right? Where's my... There. If you look at this bit of code, this is the hard gas generation again. This code is kind of human readable. Because it says, if we get difficult gas generation, and then you get basically, if it's not tested, continue. If it doesn't have, the flag has track, continue. And here, if it doesn't have at least 600 length, I mean, it's a bit abstracted away, but, you know, and if the excitement is below 6, the last one's very clear, continue. Otherwise, add it. It's like sort of human readable. You do need no bit of code to read it. It's not English, but you can kind of get it. If I explain this to you, like if I now explain this to my mom, she can probably be like, yes, that makes sense to me. But if instead we look at some assembly code, it's gonna be not quite as easy to read. You get... Where's my image? You got stuff like this. This is memory addresses, I believe, or the left one maybe. These are maybe functions, something like that. You get like dec d word putter ds. And I can't make heads or tails from this. These are comments, probably, on the right. But the thing is, assembly is just never going to be human readable. While the next level up, which is what we're dealing with here, is kind of human readable, which makes it a lot more easy to get into. Okay, we're now at 4.82 excitement. That did not make a whole lot of difference. Removing the underground bit. It made 0.05 difference. Yeah, the source code from Minesweeper. I haven't got a clue. How did you get to 5? Hang on, there's maybe one of these that has an excitement factor. Maybe some of these has a bigger excitement factor. Well, none of those. Hang on, let me just see it in the others. Just to be sure. Nope. 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 No, we already got the most exciting trains. How do you get to 5? Oh, I know. I know. It's scenery next to the station. That's a different proximity bonus. Also, I don't think we have enough rights interaction yet. Quite a decent number of viewers. 178. That's been at near the end of streams. We've still got like an hour to go, but you know, a bit into streams, that's kind of usual. It's a bit on the higher end. I don't pay very close attention every day, every time, but it was 190 when I said so. It does fluctuate a bit. Okay, these are all head choppers. Let's go build some more. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Should be 6 then presumably, yes. Also, it's more been about 130 on our streams when I look. Well, this park has been popular. Which doesn't surprise me, because usually longer parks, bigger projects are kind of popular. Should do them more, because they're also useful for recording it, because I've already recorded a bunch in this park for videos. Okay, we'll also do some track next to it. And then some track below it. We're just trying to see what the highest we can get is. And some track more above it. Yeah, I'll put it here and then another one further above it. Because why not? I don't know all the bonuses exactly by heart. The trains are shorter, so you lose excitement there. Oh, wait, 1 car per train? Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. Lol, looking at that massive queue. It's a sunny day today. We nerds might get sunburned. Oh, I thought that was going to be a bit more sentence after that, but that's all in brackets. Because we nerds might get sunburned. Says a nerd who rode 120 kilometers on his bike, but I'm sure it generalizes. I don't get sunburned that easily. Can't you have one really long train, or is this the max? This is the max. It does have to fit in the station, but there's clearly enough space for another car. But we can't get another car, so this is the max. Okay, let's fast forward to the end when the train finishes and see what we get. Who's the min? I don't know. Oh, the ads have finished again. We're under 14,000 guests. Oh, we are nearing 1 million though. In assets, in money. Okay, do we have any... Yeah, these are too expensive. Which honestly happens quite fast if these flat rides start at 2. Enterprise 3 is too expensive. Really? Wait. No, it just... Enterprise 1. It just happened to have 0 guests on the ride. Now we need customers an hour, that's the one I need to look at. Oh, we got a lot. Oh. Oh. those are just built to support this one. That doesn't count. Oh, the 3D cinemas I just lowered in price. And only the River Rapid is properly too expensive. Ooh, 90. We might nearly 100k in ride profit somewhere. We've been above 90k several times. Haven't really paid much attention to it. Considering 7,000 consistently monthly from shop sales, 6,000 from ride tickets from food and drink sales. That's not bad. Look, yeah, some expenses as well, so it's profit's a bit lower. Okay, what's them stats? Still not done. We're nearly done. What park value are we at? 1.4 million, but that's because rides keep getting older. You see, it keeps going up because we build stuff, and then it keeps going down every now and then. If we go on a renewing spree, we'll probably get to 2 million. At what point should you start advertising? Immediately. Like, if you just want to play, you're relaxed, you can't do it without advertising, and that's maybe even more fun. Who knows? Stu did it all without advertising on his channel StuTube. It's pretty good. You should check it out. But if you want to play the most optimal, advertise every time from the start, always. 5.61. I think I beat your record, Twaddle. It was you, right? Who said you got 5.2 on a railway? 6 is still a ways away, though. Though, hang on. We've got a plug-in for this. Because... Hang on, plug-in storage. Proximity boost counter. Not sure if I've got the latest version, but whatever, it'll do. We got nothing from 8 units. Let's see. We got overwater Tata, skimming water. We don't have that max. Oh, overwater neither. No, wait, yes. We scored and cap. Cap is what we want. 1 unit above water, we got that as well. 8 units above water, yeah, we got nothing now. That's quite a lot. Touching ground. Cliff trench wall alongside. Right, we still need to do that one. Well, we can do that. Probably shouldn't put it there because you guys can't properly see it there. Come on. There we go. Okay, we got some from that. We can still get more, of course. Okay, now we've got that maxed out now as well. We nearly got path touching track bottom maxed out. Path touching track top. That's a bonus? Really? Apparently so. I didn't know that. Maybe I've just been doing that with the head choppers. Maybe these are head choppers and it's kind of just the general clearance that makes this function as head choppers. Yeah, I think those are head choppers. Refresh. Path touching track bottom. We can put one. There we go. Path through loop. Yeah, that's not going to work. That one maxed. Other right near miss. Don't got that maxed yet. Other right goes through loop. Can't do that. Passing through a loop. We can do that. And then own track touching. We got own track near miss. We got nearly, but I can't be bothered to do that. So I got other track near miss and going through a loop. What are we currently at? 5.81. It goes up. It does work. Oh, and we got, of course, which I can do. Like, if I just lower this. Does that work? It doesn't really change much. Put it back up then. But for example, if I... Yeah, you can't do 8 units on this ride. The water 8 units. It doesn't go... The supports don't support that. But what we can use this for, of course, is the loop. Another one. And another one. 5.91. Getting very close to a miniature railway that counts for the stat requirements. Harder gas generation, I mean. Because we need 6 excitement. Fancy looking park, thank you. This is the fanciest thing I've ever built. .91 still. Okay, we've maxed that one out. Seems. Synchronization doesn't do anything on this ride. There was like an other ride near miss that we hadn't fully done yet, so let's just build some rides, some stuff around here. Still 5.91. I mean, it's only 1800 meters long. Hang on, I need to retest it. I know what to do. So we need to test it, and then wait for full load, and then make it so that guests come board. Now it will start accumulating a lot of length. Track through path. That shouldn't make any difference. Hey, we got 1 million. Nice. Look at that steady graph. From basically nothing to 1 million. That's pretty nice. In its exact time span. Park value has gone down, but it'll go up again when we renew rights. The thing is... yeah, I have the right plugin for that. Just wait. The reason, by the way, it doesn't get a bonus for synchronizing stations is, of course, because it can't. It can in open, but in vanilla it can't. So they never put a bonus for that. Counts where it cannot synchronize in vanilla. But look at this. It's stuck vibrating here now. Well, it's not quite vibrating, but it's stuck there anyway. And if we do this, you see it very slowly... Because remember, we're at ×8 speed. Very slowly accumulating ride length. It started at 0, because then that's when we started measuring. Of course, it's already got like 1800 meters. And we got 50 extra now. 60 extra. 70 extra. We can, of course, still do a higher top speed as well. Because I think it gets excitement from that too. If we just make it a taller drop. Hang on. Does it? Do I have... Okay, that's a monorail. That's major railway. Yeah, there's a maximum speed. We get excitement from that. Average speed too. We might be able, if you just make it flat and not do a drop or anything at all. Or of course, if you make it at the top of a hill the station, at the bottom of a hill the exit station, then that's the way that you can. I think the ads are off. Yes, that's the way that you can, I think, lower the average speed, because I think the speed from the exit back to the entrance station doesn't count. Ah, there we go. 98,000 in July. It's going up. Okay, do we have any that are unpopular? That are too expensive? I mean, a lot of looping roller coasters. No, none of are too expensive. All these zeros per hour like have other reasons. The breakdown is got a bit overwhelming. What I could do is start renewing rides. I was also speeding up the game, which makes it more overwhelming because there's gonna be more of it. It's still Carriglow. Yes, it is. We're kind of just messing about because we've pretty much won. We just need to renew the rights and then we're there. Although, maybe I need to build a couple of more. Let's build a couple of more while the thing is accumulating length. I don't think we have a hyper twister yet. Do we? No, it doesn't look like it. I can confirm they can be Huguga eligible. Okay, good. Now let's just wait until mine is Huguga eligible. I just got a video idea which flows forth out of other video ideas. Highest excitement on every ride type. There we go, that's a video. So, before I can do highest excitement on every ride type, I need to do how are the stats calculated, which I need to do a lot of research for. I need to do how does airtime work, and I need that bug fixed. Because airtime doesn't work properly. It hasn't ever in OpenRC2 basically. Because remember that whole it get 24, some roller coasters get 24 or 1 excitement per 24 seconds of airtime. Yeah, that's complete bullshit, that shouldn't happen. This thing called 9.48 seconds of airtime, it gets like 0.4 excitement from that. That doesn't happen in vanilla, or at least to a much lesser degree. And I don't know exactly, I still need to do tests for that. That needs to be fixed, and I need to do a video on airtime, because I just need to know... Well, no. Don't need necessarily do that, but whatever. Might be still nice to do that, just to explain the way that coding glitches happened. There might be some other videos that need to do first. But then I can do a video, the highest excitement on every single ride, and that's going to be a popular one. Also, I'm going to buy all the land. Never mind, I can't afford all the land. I thought I would be able to afford it, but I have just spent 1.1 million on land. I have just bought a lot of it. I thought this was not going to be 1.1 million, but it is. Note how the island is unpurchasable. Yes, of course, we can't have anyone remove the best scenery item in the game, which is this Roman temple. I'm gonna run at a couple of speeds, because I would like to make enough money to afford this roller coaster. And you know, when I'm building stuff like this, that's expensive. Also, it means the miniature railway accumulates length quicker. The best senior item is the clock. Nah, it's the Roman temple thing. I think this is going to be too tall. But let's wait and have a look. Yes, it is. Okay, this'll do. I think. Okay, I got 60,000 now. That's gonna be enough. Oh, that's a nice and slow way to go over that hill. Yeah, this is gonna be a big coaster. Very big. I just realized I completely missed the childhood story thing. I asked for clarification. I'm not sure if I ever got it. Did they say anything? No, it doesn't like they did. Well, you're still here with the stuff. Got anything you want me to discuss? Duckify Park. Let's go. 14,500 guests, doing pretty good. So, that'll do. That's gonna be a long, boring chain lift. Under 60k an hour, that's a good top speed. I love the way these very long hyper twister train looks. Look, they just look phenomenal. There's 9 cars, 36 people per car, that's also a lot. Lol, these turns. Looks quite interesting though. Oh, that's a nice slow bunny hop at the end. Okay, what them stats gonna be? Them stats gonna be 9.57 excitement. Yeah, nearly 3 kilometers long. Okay, I think this ride will be long enough now to get over 6 excitement. Let's just save, just in case it isn't. I wonder how long it takes for that train to get to the station. And it immediately breaks down. It was already poised to break down, but it didn't until the train tried to depart. Why is it waiting for full load? Why is it trying to depart? Okay, it wasn't trying to depart. But it was still a train-related thing. Okay, yeah, now let's just not make them wait. Because it got no stats, I guess. Wait, it got stats? Stats never got reset? God, all this waiting for nothing. Whoops. Well then, let's do that again. And yes, I shall turn this off. Is that right warning? No, right's working then. Okay, that's one. That is an important one. Very important. Most coaster trains look great, some of them look bulky and odd though. Most notably the suspended swinging coaster. Oh yeah, that one's ugly. Long time YouTube enjoyer, I didn't know you streamed to this last video of yours I watched. Yeah, I should mention I stream more often probably. That'll bring some more people this way. You know what, we should start by just put this as 1,000 so we can't unintentionally beat it. We go by age. We got a lot of these that are quite old now. So we should start renewing. Also the small rides, because a lot of small rides together that are new can give quite a lot of park value. Oh yeah, that's gonna give an error because it's trying to open all the rides that can't be opened. Which is a lot. It's all the ones we built in support of the miniature railway. The upside is that we're gonna get a lot less breakdowns, because if you look at this currently, the mechanics, well, it's less than it was last time. Yeah, they're doing quite a lot of things. When they just renewed, that should be a lot less. Because the rides are just more reliable and breaking down less frequently. They're not terribly low yet. We do inspect them often, although I think some of these new ones are back on 30 minutes. Yeah, because that just keep being reset them for... Why did I do that? I was out of habit of refurb... Alright, we'll do this again. We weren't very far along anyway, so that's fine. I was refurbishing, I was like, I have this screen in front of me. I need to refurbish. So I did this right window. Keep forgetting how to gain reliability. Oh, that's simple. Just inspect and repair it. That'll do. Which has the lowest? Bobsleigh Coaster 1. Christ! 6%. Granted, it's only on 30-minute reliability. Yeah, we could also just go by reliability and go this way with refurbishing. Making these breakdown, that's gonna help a lot with reducing breakdown frequency. Okay, we are close to having done all of the ones under 50%. God damn it! It breaks down rides, I want to refurbish it, which means I can't double close it, which means I can't eject the guests, which means I can't refurbish it because there's still guests on it. I hate that. I can't stand that when that happens. When I try to refurbish your item, I can't because there's guests on it, because I can't double close it because it's broken down. I absolutely despise that. It makes me irrationally angry. Just take a deep breath. No, I will not. Okay, it is fixed now. Good. That's a good stacked error message. If I ever heard one. Is this thing too expensive? Yes. It's not even old. It just starts off way too expensive. There's a cheat. Yes, but that's a cheat. This isn't. I mean, it still kind of is, because it's an OpenRCT2 feature. It depends on how you look at OpenRCT2 features. Do you consider those cheats or not? If OpenRCT2 added, outside of the cheats window, a win button, just a button you press to win, would that be a cheat? It's just an OpenRCT2 feature. By the way, this button that you can use to cause breakdowns, this one, was so immensely useful during the breakdowns video. For testing, but also just to get the shots in the video. Rather than hoping to get the correct one and need to redo everything multiple times. We want hella broken OpenRCT2 feature, yeah, the win button, yes. Oh yeah, we're already at 1.84 million park value. I think got no stats currently. Now good. This thing is now just accumulating stats. Okay, yeah, 5 years ago is not a good one, because then they drop in price again. So you don't really want 5 years old. Because my prices are not really made for that. And some it'll be fine, and others not. Because they drop in price after 5 months, then after 13 months, and then not again until after 40 months. So you got a really long span of rides that are between 13 and 40 months old, so basically 2.5 years roughly and 5 years, where they don't lower in value. So really, in most scenarios, no ride will lower in value more than twice. There are just a few where that can happen if you're doing like extreme heights, or it doesn't matter because money doesn't exist, or like a Gravity Gardens thing. And I believe there's like one scenario with a 6-year goal, one of the Six Flags is. God damn it, you are broken down. I don't consider refurbishing to be cheating, but rather a time saver. Still got the financial cost, but no need to completely rebuild the ride. It still... It actually costs a little bit more. It costs you 30% to manually delete and rebuild the ride, and this costs you 35%. But like... I agree with you, but also doing things faster... is... Because what if there was just one button that said refurbish all rides? You still paid, but it just refurbished all the rides. That's just doing it faster, right? Yeah, that would feel a lot more cheaty. So just saying, oh, it's only doing it faster is not necessarily a get out of jail card to make it not cheaty. See, that one wasn't me because I just didn't double close it properly. It would also cost a fortune. Yes, but I do think I have, well, maybe not at the moment, but if I saved a little bit I would have that fortune. Alright, see ya, Max. Skedaddle away. It looks very satisfying, this thing with the rides. You see all the different ride names, all the different white bits. Looks a bit like solitaire, of course, when you win solitaire. Maybe we've done this a bit too early. Not sure how long I want to keep playing for. But in like 3 months, some of them are going to lose value again. Would be cool if someone made an image using that method with the windows. Oh, you definitely could. I mean, if you try hard enough, you can do anything. I think the ads may be finished again because we're losing guests. Or it might just be because the park sucks. Who knows? Why do I keep failing to properly double close? That's a bit odd, isn't it? See, again, I failed to properly double close. Your rides reopen after you refurbish. No, that's why I periodically click that ride, that button. So any rides that I haven't reopened, which is, I think, all of them, open. Cool, we have so many ride windows open at the moment. Why are all of them 3 years old? Because we refurbished them 3 years ago. And that was last stream. By the way, see how when I refurbish them, well, not in this one, but the downtime goes to 0. Not in this one, does that? Wait, that has never broken down. Here you can see it. Downtime goes to 0. I did that. That didn't used to be the case, and I was like, that don't make no sense. Wait, has this thing just never gone? Oh, it's a maze. Whoops. Thought it was a. I confused it with the go-karts. With the go-karts called Castle Karts bit or whatever it's called. One wonders how a maze breaks down. I don't, because it doesn't. The maze hasn't been inspected in 200 minutes. Yeah, it doesn't get inspected because it doesn't do reliability and can't break down. $2.2 million park value. If I lower the loan, we will win. Okay, why are we losing guests? Unhappy. Okay, a lot of people are just unhappy. Hang on. Autoclicker. That'll help. Do they get pissed off when you... Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. They don't like it when you eject them from rides. That'll do it. So that's indeed the reason. I always wondered why the crooked house doesn't break down. I mean, it probably doesn't have many moving parts. Maybe a few door hinges. Okay, let's just save and make this go. I wonder how much length we will have. How long has it been accumulating for? Without it, it's like 1850 meters. Lol, they're all stuck behind the one going upstairs. 2007. Okay, that's not much. We also got only 5.79. Oh, because lower average speed, of course, because the ride time also goes up. So we lost excitement. Well, you can do it. Twaddle proved that. I can't be arsed doing it. It's a bit of an ugly one, but... Gewotava? Let's refurbish some more rides. Because all these 2-year ones, which actually are not that many of, they have gone down in value twice. So refurbishing them will help significantly. I'm gonna turn on the breakdown thing soon again. Because I'm pretty sure that we're gonna get significantly fewer breakdowns. I also just want to have a look, before we beat the scenario, at a bunch of the stats. Because that's just gonna be cool. This is unfortunately gonna make some more guests unhappy. That's what you got to do. And all of them are built this year, except the 5 that we can't refurbish because they're mazes or goals or crooked highs. All of them are this year. Which means they are either in the first or second stage. Drown any guest ending in 60 nice. Damn, we got 8 pages. Okay, the newest 60 nice one is 32,760 nice. That's like 1 more than a power of 2. That was not intentional. But it is funny. Okay, gotta renew the ads. Okay, we're at 2.3 million park value. That's plenty. This is where I bought all the land. 1.1 million. This is all just nothing. This used to be spiky like that. Now it's nothing because I have minus 1.1 million in a week. Oh boy, look at that park value go up. Now we started renewing rides. The hybrid's your highest excitement ride. Well, let's have a look at that, shall we? Let's first though. How many breakdowns do we now get? Because I think it's going to be a lot less than it used to be. Because we've refurbished them all, so they can't break down as quickly. I mean, yeah, it used to be a constant stream. Like, where are they now? No ride is breaking down. Okay, popularity satisfaction, that's also a video that I still need to make. God, there's so many videos I still need to make. Like... and I want to make them all right now, but I can't. Profit. Currently most profitable ride is Inverted Roller Coaster 1. Total customers. 37,000, 37,000. Jeez, these are all so close together. Like, there's no clear big winner. There's 6 really close together within like 2,500. Less than 10%. Much less, like 7%, 6-7%. But Big Majestic Drops does win. Total profit. Big Majestic Drops, yeah, it is the most expensive of all those really popular ones. Customers an hour, inverted coaster 1, of course. Oh yeah, the customers an hour is a bit inflated because it's the only inverted coaster to sell on-ride photos. Look at this. Nearly a third of all the people have bought a photo. While on Lu Ping, does that sell photos? Yes. It's only about 20%, which is still quite a lot, but it's close to the park entrance. Do I have like... Do you sell photos? No. Yeah, most of mine don't really sell photos, which is why the few that do sell a lot. Because the upright steel rides all compete with each other for photos. The goal, Bumbly Bazaar, the photo section counts toward the goal. I'm pretty sure they do, yes. Can you beat Bumbly Bazaar without stalls? Because I think it's just these two, and I think photo sections count towards that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they do. Running cost. 1,000 for the LSM launch coaster. Yeah, for all those goddamn... You've got me to thank for that, for all those launched pieces, all those boosters, all these. Those cost 80 a piece per hour. Why that expensive? Because I copied that from Roller Coaster Tycoon 1, where they have boosters. They don't in RST2. So they were free for years in Open RST2. Then I was like, well, we should just probably copy RST1. Dirklink did not agree with that. He was like, shouldn't we do the 40 from Classic? And I'm like, well, I can't really be asked to open the discussion about it because I think it's fine the way it is. If you want to, feel free, and I don't think he ever did. But Classic also slashed the brake cost in half, 10 per brake instead of 20, so it would be a bit weird to do the boosters from Classic, but then not the brakes from Classic. Queue length, 156 from Deja Vu. Queue time, 28 minutes from Space Ring Small. Yeah, they only got 1 Space Ring instead of 4. Time since last inspection. Yeah, from one there. Guest favorite, Duck Temple. Hey, yeah, got a very high excitement rating. Excitement, 10.02 Purgatory. The go-karts. This massive one that goes all the way everywhere. It's the only one over 10. The lowest, 0.4 for the car ride. That's not long enough. It's 14 meters too short. Intensity. Ooh, roto drops. Did not check those and I made them too high. Still got a number of people riding them there. Lowest, of course, you got a bunch of zeros from observation towers, and nausea as well, a bunch of zeros from Serkai and that kind of stuff. And yeah, rotor drop 2 and 3 again. I recently created and played a scenario with 10,000 chopper stall profit goal. Yes, I saw that one. I might play it on stream at some point. Okay, let's have a look at some of the stalls. Total customers, 28,000 for Pizza Stall 2. That's not even near the entrance. Well, not that far away either, but the guests have dispersed quite well. And customers per hour currently 2,000, that's not too crazy. Pizza Stall 2 is the most profitable. Running costs, yeah, that's not particularly interesting on stalls. They all got 49. First aid stall got 44, but that's not in this list. You see the 44 and the 40 from cash machines as well. Profit. Nearly 4,000 an hour for the info kiosks. Total customers 34,000 for toilet 6. Total profit 48,000 from some info kiosk. Toilet 6. Damn, oh yeah, I do charge for my toilets. But yeah, if we look at total customers, then cash machine 42, already 2,400. That's when we played this stream and we placed a lot more cash machines suddenly. Least cash machine 30. The least used cash machine, is it? I mean, yeah, there's another one there, there's another one there. Kind of surround, and another one there. Okay, look at this. This is the least used cash machine, because there's one there, there, and there. So it's extremely unlikely that this one is the closest to a guest when they decide they need money. It can still be if they're somewhere in this range, and they can also bump into it randomly. So they can use it, but not a lot of people will. Okay, let's look at some guests. Some of the old ones. How much have they spent? 576, 658, I like. Ooh, 831. 4501, you are a gal to my heart. That's like a massive difference. Is she just like extreme right? More than 3 and a high nausea tolerance. I guess that helps. But damn, she's paying a lot for rides on average. She's just going on big rides. She also needs to go to the bathroom. Well, and to buy some drinks. Probably should be something close. You have a map, right? Yes. She has more photos. She has all 4 different photos possibilities, different photo types. White knuckle, that's upright steel. Inverted roller coaster, that's inverted. Extra moist penetration is wooden. And log flume is water ride. But I like you, guest 4501. Goodbye. Does toilets count as right or stole money? I don't like this. It used to count as right money, and then OpenRCT was like, that doesn't make sense, it should count as stole income. And I'm like, you're right. I still don't like the change. I thought it was a funny little thing that it counted as right income from toilets. And the reason it counts as right income probably because they go into it and it takes a while. Just like the first aid room, although they don't pay for that so you can't make money with that. But if you could, it probably would have counted as right as well from the first aid. Oh, 99,000. Yeah, we're not... Hang on, I'm just gonna use a little cheat at the end. This is gonna update all prices now. That's gonna make us so much more money. Because suddenly they're all much more expensive. I mean, we were on 70,000, right? We already crossed 100,000. We only did this like in the last quarter of a month. And look at how much more we're already making. That's insane. We might hit 200k in September. I'm not joking. It's madness. Okay, maybe not because it's raining. That doesn't help. How much does placing stalls at corners and intersections matter? A lot. Look at my pathfinding video. I think it involves some bits about that. Like, I had basically, you know, I had like, oh, don't own that bit. I had like right, and then exit path. I went like this, and then I placed the balloon stall in a test here, and like there. And the one that's here, where the guests go this way, made so much more money, sold so many more balloons than this one. Because they much higher chance to walk into this one because they continue straight on. So yeah, that makes a big difference. Forgot the exact numbers, but it's probably like factor 4 or 5, something like that. Okay, are we gonna hit 200,000 in September? I think we're gonna be just shy. Yes, we're gonna be just shy. Gonna hit 190 though. 192,000, that's almost a doubling. Just by using their price manager plugin. Like, that's insane. And you can even see, it's even off that line. If I now also renew the rights, it's going to be even more, because most of the rights had already dropped one time. See, we were at 2.1 million. God, it's raining again. Who said rain was rare in this park? And we're also hitting 15,000 guests. It's pretty neat, I think. Yeah, these are pretty much over. Hey, I just realized we have 15,000 guests. This one hasn't updated yet. Oh, that's because that hasn't updated yet. In a few days. What did that say? No, just breaking down. But yeah, there's so much more rare now that they've all been renewed. I think that graph will update with a greater vertical range in a few days. Yeah, there we go. Now it's up to 20,000. Because it's above 15. Okay, how much will we make in October? Will we break 200k now that all the rights are new? Actually, it doesn't look like it, I think. Well, yes, we will. Doesn't make a very big difference. Well, it did rain for part of it, which didn't help. Let's see March, and then we'll beat the scenario. Because maybe the rain didn't particularly help. Don't know if it's going to be dry in March, but we'll see. This year 17 already. That's quite a long playthrough. Yeah, we're barely getting any breakdowns when they're all new. Only 2 so far in March. 3. Okay, it's raining at the end. That's not a big problem. 219,000. Well, that's pretty good. 3. Okay, that was not the correct count now. We've beaten it! Thank you for creating this scenario, Mr. Twallowford. It was a joy to play it. Truly. And look at how big of a park we built. We've got like 150-ish rides. Bunch of stalls and stuff as well. 15,000 guests. I love that you can actually get to 15,000 guests in OpenRST2. I mean, now it's been like 5 years, but still, it's great, and it's worth it to reiterate how brilliant that is. Also, are we above? Yeah, we have 274 rides and attractions, which includes stalls. That's not possible in vanilla. 740 staff. That's not possible in vanilla. So many limits we have broken already in this park. I think the plot size, the park itself is possible, right? Yes, 254. Okay, technically not. Technically the max is 254 by 254, but whatever. It's close enough. You know, I haven't used the one outer ring. Didn't put a name. I never put names. Besides, I haven't beaten most scenarios because every now and then I will do something that resets them. I don't know exactly what. Maybe load up a very old version or something like that that just resets this stuff. So you see, most of the scenarios I haven't beaten since it was last reset. Well, quite a few I have. I think it's been a while since it last reset. Anyway, I want to thank you all very much for watching these fast couple of streams. There will be no stream next time, which is convenient timing with finishing up a project today. Because I'll be on holiday, I'll be in Frisia, I mean, with finishing up... Oh, whoops, that's my own stream. But there will be a stream again on the Day of the Sun. Next Sunday. And currently I'm seeing if I can raid someone. There is someone playing Roller Coaster Tycoon, but they're Dutch. No one else is playing Roller Coaster Tycoon. No one who I follow is playing anything. Well, you know what, I'll raid Leadipus. He's always nice to raid, he's a nice fella. Playing Donkey Kong, which you guys might enjoy. Some bit of retro stuff. I don't know which Donkey Kong it is. Might be retro, might not be. Anyway. Thank you all very much for watching. Thank you Twaddle for the scenario. I'll send you over to Leadipus. He's a good guy. And I'll see you all next time. Bye. Off the bye. Next time is Sunday, not Wednesday. Bye bye.